Hello, welcome to the Dragget Show. Oh, hold on, I gotta press record.
I just want to let everyone out here know you just got to see the most genuine start to one of our shows. Usually it is 5 or 6 times getting all the equipment to work, and then we scream.
Alright! Oh god. Shut up! God! Hello, welcome to the Dragget Show. That's Dragon and Ferret together. I am Xanni, this is Alkali.
I'm not here!
And we're at MCFC again! Yay! In some way, shape, or form.
And not only are we Here's the Dragget Show, we have the Dragget Show theme song! Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Status the Ferret!
All sorts of surprises coming your way. You'll hear of them all if you decide to stay. Welcome to the Dragget Show. We got tons of laughs to spare. We're aiming for 10,000 subs, and we're almost there. When we reach it, we'll throw the coolest carnival. We'll celebrate year of the pirate and the blood ritual. Welcome to the Dragget Show. We brought that booze to share, and enough fizzy cherry cola to make our problems disappear. We got fizzy cherry cola, the blood ritual, dick-shaped things, and so much more. So sit back, relax, crack open a beer, cause she's Xanni the Blue and Alkali's not here.
Status created that song for us quite a long time ago, and it is my honor and pleasure to invite you to stay up here for the Dragget Show. Status, will you join us?
I would love to.
One more round of applause for Status!
And...
That song actually originated at this convention.
Really?
Yeah, like 2 years ago, yeah.
Oh my god.
Awesome.
Jumping over to the other side of the table, let's give a huge shout out to Firr! Thank you for joining us, Firr! Make some noise!
Oh, they make noise.
I mean, you make noise too, you got a thing.
Oh, yeah, words, loud noises.
Yeah, loud
those
noises.
I'm good at those sometimes, maybe. Hello.
Oh my god.
It's been 2 years. I'm a little rough. Let me give me a minute.
If you're a little rough, then shave. Thank you, Demon. Really quick, a huge round of applause for Dragor, who just keeps us moving and makes things that aren't working right work. So, thank you, my friend.
I am Dragor.
I am Dragor, hear me.
You do not want that.
You do not want that.
Nah.
Have you seen the jumpsuit?
No, I mean, I'm digging the Dr. Venture look.
I love the Dr. Venture.
Go to the adventure.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but I'm a nerd, so I'll always do this.
Of course.
Oh, that's true.
You saw them a few moments ago on the Three-Headed Monster. They were the third head, a very good friend of ours who's been performing stand-up now on and off for quite some time at Furry Fandom.
2 years off, just recently, you know.
Just
for
recently.
sabbatical.
You totally just met until yesterday. It was amazing.
Just hanging out.
Actually, the first time I met you, and I have told this before, was at Great Lakes FurCon.
Yeah, the con that doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, you closed it.
Yeah, I did.
You and your friend were doing Who's On First?
Correct. We were doing a whole Who's On First bit, and we were pieing each other, because I was like, yeah, I'll do pies. And, like, we were actually pieing, we were like, doing full-on, like, vaudeville bits, and the people that were working the con hated us. Here's the real thing. We brought, the first time we did it, we were like, whoa, we got fucking whipped cream everywhere. This is really bad.
I heard about it.
Yeah, I was like, that's really bad. And then, the second time we did it, we're like, well, that was rude. Let's bring, like, a splash zone. So we were like, let's get something new. The thing is, we didn't have, like, plastic to lay out, but my friend had a shit ton of AstroTurf. So we just rolled out a bunch of AstroTurf, and that was our splash zone.
I just want someone to like go like, oh, what, they're playing football here? No.
Oh no, it was so much better because I show up with Uncle Kage and we hear Who's On First. Both of us love Who's On First. Wait, we have to check out this panel. The first thing he asks, why are they barefoot? The second thing they ask, where is this going? The third thing he asks, should we leave? You did an amazing rendition of Who's On First. And then immediately pied your friend in the face, to which Kage grabbed me and said, I need a drink.
One of my favorite parts of that was afterwards, somebody came up to me and they're like, I can't believe you would just pie someone on stage like that. And I was like, yeah, no, that's part of the comedy. It's fun.
I just hope you pied yourself in the face, stare at Kage, and be like, this is the future. This is the future, old man.
But no, the person's
Take it in.
the person's like, I can't believe you get up on stage and just like pie yourself like that. And I was like, yeah, no, it's fun. And then it took me like way too long to having a conversation with the person. I was like, oh no, they were like into it.
Oh God.
I was like, yeah, you can pie people on stage. Like, oh no, I could never. And I was like, oh. And I was like, man, this is so interesting. I like people. This makes me really happy.
You accidentally did a psychological experiment.
I
had no idea.
Yeah, I accidentally helped. I accidentally gave someone a lot of fodder for their spank bank.
And after Spank Bank, that's a perfect segue. Ladies and gentlemen, our finally guest. Oh, it's been a long day.
Finally guest.
Ladies and gentlemen, both and neither, our final guest, your guest of honor. Give it up for the one, the only, the amazing Citrine! And AB is trying to give us all epilepsy. Thank you, AB. All I saw is the screen up here. Oh, we're gonna die.
They're trying to make you like me, I think. So apparently, being a guest of honor and being blind at the same time is a convention liability, apparently.
What?
Well, so I don't know where the stairs go, and I don't know where they start. So I've had friends that are like, okay, I'm gonna get in front of you and behind you, and we're gonna do this. 1, 2. It's like everybody's just like, why is their line going all the way up the stairs? Like, is this the red line? It's like, no, we're just moving the blind, dude. It's fine.
Oh my God.
Holy shit.
This is a very different layout. I've noticed that everything is very spread apart at this convention, which very an interesting thing. That's actually we've seen old conventions need new hotels because of things being too far spread out. A lot of you might remember a 2-year hotel for MFF that was basically one giant cube. There was no place that everyone could hang out in one location. And what ended up happening, because I was at the after meetings, like, all right, we need a location for them all to hang out in. Why? Dude, housekeeping has contacted us. It's an every room party. We're pretty sure that the doors in the middle have been taken off their hinges and they're just going like a wave of party. Just beer, tequila, and sadness just going through the hotel and smoking. It's just, and that was 2 years. So they moved that hotel. Yeah, it was pretty legit.
Hey, you know, the more sadness, the more tequila you need. You know how it works.
Yeah, I'm very aware of how that works. Yes.
Have they restocked the tequila yet?
At the bar? No, they have tequila, but they ran out of limes because I told them, hey, I kind of lose track of my drink, so every time you serve me one, can you add one more lime wedge than the last? And I go up there and she hands me a glass with one wedge line at the end of the night. I'm like, oh, what am I on? She goes, honey, we're out of limes. I don't know what you're on and I don't care. You need to go to bed.
Oh, God. Oh, that's way too loud. I hate microphones like,
Yeah.
What?
You gotta eat that mic.
Gotta eat that mic.
Gotta eat that mic.
I understand.
Robot penis.
That's right. It's the reverse, right? Because it takes in the sound.
Yeah. It's
right?
reverse sounding. Are you saying mics are reverse sounding?
Yeah, you literally sound a microphone.
Yeah, you know what? Technically, yes.
Anyway.
Oh
No.
my God.
No, yeah, that's an
Fair enough,
appropriate.
you guys won that one.
Yeah.
Anything in the lore if you think about it hard enough.
Yeah.
So,
I'm sorry.
I'd rather not think about it hard enough.
so speaking of vor,
Perfect.
segue. You know what? We'll get there at one point.
We'll get to vor at one point?
Oh yeah, we got time.
What technology am I not aware of? And if you say vomiting, I'm leaving.
Okay, if we're talking about technology, so I found a way to actually still get porn since I can't see.
I'm genuinely interested in this topic. What?
Okay, feel this up. So yeah. Do I feel hard? Do I feel rigid? So this is wood, so I had a badge made by Quack Quack Honk recently, and when I lost my vision, I was like, well, I can't see porn anymore. I didn't message her that. I wasn't like, so I've got a problem.
Hey, QQH, porn? Question mark?
That's a me problem.
But QQH is like, she comes up to me last night. She's like, hey, so I have something for you. I have a present. Reach out your hand. Now, normally I don't do this because you guys are weird.
A bowl full of spaghetti.
Yeah,
exactly.
So she hands me this, which is the badge that she made for me, but she gave me the business card for somebody who actually does wood carving and actually made it. So forget it. Next thing that I'm doing is being like, all of my porn, this person's going to make so much money, and I'm going to have so much wood. Everybody's got wood. It's going to be great.
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit. You are perfect for this show. What the hell?
Well, I don't find the stage. You're just like, well, then again, you should have just let me find the stage by myself. Then again, convention liability. No, maybe.
The convention liability.
Yeah.
I hope if you do get some porn made like an automatic wood like etching place that like does that by itself. They're like, they get your order like, whoa, oh, yeah.
Like people are like,
wait a minute.
Yeah. It's like, okay, so, all right, it's already raised. Raise it more. I like this. There's just so many erect jokes that you can. I'm gonna stop. You talk.
There's so many. Oh my god! I was just letting you go on that one. That was great.
I do appreciate that you made the porn out of wood. That's pretty great.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
So, as part of the Dragget Show, one of the things we like to do is questions. So, what you saw, the tech problem that we are having, we are locked out of our account right now where we get all those questions. So, I am going to do the first question. This is going to go to the whole table. Whoever comes up with an answer first, just let us know. That piece of technology. I want to talk about that piece of technology that you really feel has changed your life. Ooh. What is that piece of technology that you truly feel? And obviously, like, look, we all know the internet has connected the world. I get that. I'm talking about you personally. What's that piece of technology that has changed your life? Who's got one?
Oh, man.
I got one.
What do you got?
It is internet stuff, but I bought a VR headset a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And I was told, I was playing around with it. It's fun. There's a game called Beat Saber where you slice little blocks, and there's a game called Boneworks where you shoot zombies. And then I discovered VR porn. Now I'm asexual as all hell, so I'm sitting here watching this furry porn from a purely academic standpoint.
Quite, yes.
And I'm just like, wow.
Yes, that does echo. I do agree. Yes.
The thing I noticed the most, and this is how bad I am, because I do video game development. I used to be your coworkers.
I know.
It was weird.
Weird.
We didn't even know. So I remember I sent a screenshot of a VR porn game of a dragon riding you as the viewer, and I took a screenshot. I said, "Hey, look at how well the subsurface scattering is on the dragon." Completely forgetting there's a fucking dick there.
Oh my god.
Bro, you need to check this shit out. Look at it. Look at the lighting in this. It's so realistic.
Yeah, it's so.
That's amazing.
There's always those furries that are like, just check it out. The furry fandom is all this great about art. You just see these beautiful, realistic renderings, completely forgetting that it's like half dicks.
Yeah,
It's true.
it's really true.
It's true. These are some beautiful, wonderful renderings.
Oh yeah, there's a technical side to it.
Yeah, there is.
I can respect that.
The problem is, we just become so desensitized to the fact that...
Oh yeah, no, I've absolutely been like, yo, check this out, and they're like, that's like a gangbang, and I go, yeah, oops, sorry, my bad.
Yeah, but look at that angle. Did you see the mirror in the background?
No, have you seen? Look at the way the shading they did on this.
Can you believe they got his reflection off the toaster? That's hot. That's really.
Speaking of furry porn and not furry porn, like my favorite thing is seeing. I want a coffee table book of just the various wrong ways furry artists draw switches.
What the fuck?
What? Like, hold on. Switches like light switches or the sexual position?
No. Goddamn. No. Like the Nintendo Switch.
Oh!
I was thinking.
Okay.
No, because like if you look at any, like is it porn or non? If you look at furry art, everyone's always like how do we draw a switch? Well, it's like kind of a rectangle, and then like sometimes people are like, oh fuck, I forgot the logo. Sometimes people are like, is it square or round? I think it's round. People don't know what the fuck the colors are. Sometimes there's 50 buttons. Sometimes there's none. It's insane. It's amazing. It's this weird. Me and my roommate do it all the damn time.
What the
I want to read the comment section of some really hot porn, and you'd be like, dude, that Nintendo Switch is totally wrong. And then there's your comment in the middle of them.
Can't believe it.
Number one comment.
Yeah.
Just ruined my immersion right
I
there.
can't
Yeah,
even.
right.
My
Who's got a
phone's
tech?
dead.
I got a tech one.
We've got a text status.
So, the idea of Siri ruined my entire life. Here's why. I got my first iPhone when I was in 10th grade, so back in 2017. And if you didn't know, on Siri, you can set your name to call it something different than what's on your iTunes account. So I set mine because I thought it was funny to call me Big Papa. No, that's inherently funny, but it gets even funnier when you find out that that's a local radio DJ in my area. This story gets 10 times worse. So, I'm in a newer relationship, and one night I pick up my girl, and we're going out for ice cream, and we're making small talk, and I'm talking about how I had applied to transfer schools earlier that day, and she asked me what I was going into, and I said, oh, I'm going into communications and radio, and she goes, oh, did you know my dad actually does that? I was like, oh, no way, what I know him? And he goes, yeah, have you heard of Big Papa in the afternoon?
Oh, God.
And then another one happened the other day, and I sent you a picture of this.
Oh,
We're
that.
having the weirdest goddamn conversation, and we're talking about the fact that Weird Al has a daughter, and so it's the fact that Weird Al is not a virgin. And so I speak the sentence, here is your daily reminder that Weird Al Yankovic is not a virgin. I hear my dear sweet Apple Watch pipe up. Okay, here's your reminder. I'm terrified to look down. Sure enough, it says, here's your reminder, Weird Al Yankovic is not a virgin. I now have Siri turned off. I can't take it anymore. Yeah, it exists. It really...
Here's your reminder, Weird Al Yankovic is not a virgin.
Oh my god.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Siri doing some Who's On First bits with you.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Siri is the piece of technology that changed my life and absolutely destroyed it.
I love it. I love it.
You reminded me of a technology story I had.
Dude.
Okay, so I don't know that it changed my life, but it is one of my funniest, it is definitely one of the funniest moments of my life. So anyways, so my friend that I was friends with, and I was still in high school, and he owned a house. It's weird, don't worry, he didn't diddle me. So anyways, I'm just getting it all out of the way.
Excellent.
I
Thank
want
you so
everyone to
much.
know it was totally cool. So anyways, we're hanging out at his house, and if you like, I left my phone there and I forgot it, and then he was like, I got this. So he sent my phone in French, and I just left it in French forever. I learned French so I could change it back, because I couldn't find the menu. Anyways, so I thought that's all he did, but then I was in the middle of class one day, and then my phone started to ring. Now, I'm going to preface this, don't worry about it, it's okay, I'm cool. My dead name is Dylan. It's important to the story. So, I'm sitting in class, and then my phone rings, and it goes, hey everybody! And it's in my friend's voice, so he recorded this. It's me, Dylan, and I love sucking dick. Sucking dick's my favorite thing to do. Juicy big old bag of dicks. I love sucking dick all over my face. Come in, eat, love me some dick. And I'm just sitting there like, well, I can't really do anything about this.
You could have answered it! It could have been important! Who's the John today?
So the teacher looks at me like, and I'm like, well, I'll just let this play out. And so it goes for a while. Oh, big bowl of dicks. I love dicks. Dicks are great. It's just going for a while. He whipped.
Was it like the Forrest Gumpish, like Dick Gumbo, Dick this,
I mean,
Dick that. Yeah.
It was various iterations of dick sucking and love. That's it. Every combination of those words and then some. So it finally ends, and then I'm like, I'll put that on vibrate. And the teacher's just like, so you wanna? I'm like, yeah, no, I know, I'll go. And so I left, and then I went. And then after class, I went to his house. I was like, so, what's up? And he was like, nothing. What's up with you? And I was like, well, you know, my fucking phone. And he was like, oh yeah, I did that last night. And I was like, it went off in class. And then he's on the phone. He was beat red laughing. He was so fucking happy. That bit couldn't have been better for him. That bit became such a beloved bit amongst my friends. Other people had that as their ringtone.
Oh my god!
At which point, one of my friends was going to a college across the state. And I went to that college across the state to hang out with, like, a bunch of people. And I never met this person in my life. My phone goes off, and it's all like, hey, everybody, because why the fuck would I change that ringtone? And so...
God damn it, Chris.
Someone I've never met in my entire life goes, oh, shit! You're dick-sucking Dylan? And I was like, oh! It was the greatest day of my life.
You got a taste of that fame,
I
baby.
did, and I've been chasing it ever since.
Like a bag of dicks.
Like a bag of dicks. Big old hole.
Anyone else have
No, I can't find it. I'm
We have
just
another question if you don't. Citrine? Citrine has another tech.
So, speaking of dick sucking Dylan and other things along this topic.
The Dragget Show.
Yeah.
So, mine is kind of a tie, so I'll keep both of them short. Dicks. And so, the first one is just this. It's called a Victor Reader stream, and it basically looks like your grandpa's remote, and it combines my passions, my parents, and tentacle porn. Now, what this is
Wow.
What the fuck was that list?
Okay, that's a fucking complicated sentence.
That is an amazing list.
blind people are very complex. We're very touchy-feely. Anyway, okay.
Wait, no, I have a grammar question before we continue.
Yes?
My passion, comma, my parents, comma, and tentacle.
Punctuation is necessary.
Tactile punctuation. Okay, I will start. Okay, so my parents come. Fuck this. I'm not. No. I'll leave it to your imagination. It's better that way.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
It is for me. So what this basically is in layman's terms, it's basically a recorder, so I can record people. It is a way to take my favorite porn and basically be like, oh yeah, I want to listen to that story while I'm going to sleep and be rock hard and not do anything about it.
Nice. Actually.
And so
Nice.
it's like, well yeah, because then you wake up in the middle of the night and you're like, I'm tired, but like I'm ready. So like, it's fine. And you're like, my friends are asleep. I'm not going to get caught.
You look down at your feet like, oh god, a ghost. Oh, never mind.
Yeah. So this is technology number one. Now, technology number two is simply my phone because of Twitter, because of a certain badger that's not at this con. So I'm going to talk about this.
Oh.
So for those of you who don't know, Twitter has updated as of the past couple years. And there is a way where you can add captions to your picture on Twitter. Next time, look at it. You can actually add a caption to your picture on Twitter. Do you want to know what the fuck that does? You add something in, and it will read the screen out for blind people and only for them. So, like, you might be like, oh, here's a picture of my dog Chester, who's a brown Chihuahua.
Oh.
Well, he sent a picture of his fucking cat. I was in an airport coming to Anthrocon. Phone is on full, and I've got certain chats muted, good reasons, and that chat wasn't muted.
Oh.
So I open it because it's like, new message from Boozy Badger. Okay, well, this is fine. You guys saw a picture of his cat. What I got was, Here is a horseman getting rammed hard in the ass by a cheetah. Look at all that cum.
Oh.
That sounds like boozy.
The TSA guy looks at me and goes, I don't need to see your phone. I've been through it. I don't need to see your phone. Just fucking do it.
Move on, sir. Sandy, did you have a tuck?
I can't think of anything that really has changed my. You just said for the better, or just in general?
It changed your life in general, sure.
Changing my life. Sure. I can no longer say a certain girl's name without interrupting everything with an A. Alexa. Now I just ruined everyone's lives. There we go. And now everything's going off. You're like, shut up, bitch. And that's how that happens. And honestly, yeah, we get angry at the bot.
You two get angry at the bot. Very rarely. That bot is my friend. She turns off the lights for me.
You get angry at the bot.
Leave the bot alone. The bot reminds me when it's time to not eat. That is its goal for me. Everyone's all like, excuse me, robot lady, should I eat? And we have a program that says, fatty. It's like, all right.
It is nice for if you want to hear anything in a robotic voice. That is always fun. Yep. My 10 o'clock titty pill alarm goes, Zan, it's time to take your titty pills. Titty. 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 One day my parents will be over, and that will go off, and you know it.
Your parents will come over, that will go off, and they will ignore it and try to hold a conversation with you while it happens. They were over at our house. They came into our garage. They are standing there in the middle of recording equipment, weed paraphernalia, about 18 swords, don't ask questions, a Chicago weed flag, a gay weed flag, and a trans weed flag. And his father had the audacity to look at me and with a totally straight face say, some weather we're having.
How about them bears?
How about them bears? If your father ever asked me, how about them bears, I'm like, I'm doing quite well.
There you go.
We do have more questions that showed up. Thank you so much, Status.
Of course.
And I did exactly. I touched the button.
Okay.
No, technology.
Status, why don't you read your question? Why don't you read your question for us? Why don't we not?
I just asked any good music you guys have been vibing with lately.
Ooh.
Yes, you found some amazing music for us to vibe to. That's to a music video of an old cartoon.
Yes, I found some. I found a weird. You know how you can find accidental pockets of YouTube? It'll spiral you down those pockets. You can find it. Yeah, I found basically Electro Swing puts a very, very old dance video, very, very old dance videos, just the new Electro Swing songs to old 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, just they string them on. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Like Fred Astaire to Electro Swing, it is incredible. If you are into motion at all, first off, just any kind of Fred Astaire dance. We're talking about that level of dancing plus Electro Swing, and then sometimes it just cuts over to Betty Boop because fuck it.
Yeah, Betty Boop music video. If you want to look it up, that's one of my favorites.
Or if you're smoke a lot of weed in a garage with 18 swords and
yeah, that would do it.
You might also be into that.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Welcome to our show, Weed and Swords.
Yes.
I mean, that's pretty accurate. I mean, jeez.
I want to be blunt and cut to the chase.
Oh!
Here, let me give you a high five.
Wow.
Oh, you're just gonna slap me in the face. Okay. That's a blind high five. That's different.
Anyone else? Music to chill and vibe to. Is there any music that's really tough?
Fucking musician or something?
If you just play the NBC tune again.
So.
Yay!
Clap for that. Everyone clap.
Demonetized. Yeah, you bastard.
Demonetized.
And you've been demonetized for copyright infringement.
Yeah.
We are usually demonetized for dicks, so this is a step up.
Dick monetized.
Demonetized.
Oh, dick monetized.
Capital D.
Oh my god.
Another music I've been getting into is the shit. Not shit.
Oh, is it?
No, what is it?
It's got a lot of trumpets. It's called toot tunes. It's just shitting and just you remix it, flushing.
Isn't that just Scots?
That's really shitty stomp. That's what.
Stumble rap. I hate you. Anyway,
That was for me.
that was good.
Oh, it's for me.
No, I've been getting into like jazz fusion and a lot of like that kind of style. And I didn't know who Volpec was. Miko showed that to us.
That was really
And we saw a packed stadium when one of the band members' mom comes out and does a guided meditation of yoga, and just a packed New York crowd doing like breathing in and out exercises, doing the most ridiculous shit. It's amazing.
I want to see one of their live shows so bad. That seems so cool. Them and Sprangle. Spangle?
Yeah.
Has anyone ever heard of Spangle? No. Here's all you need to know. Oh, somebody has. It's from that like drug rock genre, you know, like all three of them. And all it is a really fun band doing some really fun stage stuff, but their frontman is just this old dude in a robe, which obviously Xanni is going to become one day.
Oh, woman.
I think sorry. And at one point in the show, they literally just set up a camera and paint. They literally just make an entire canvas of art on whatever they're feeling in the middle of the song, and then they just throw it into the audience, and that's theirs. And that's the weirdness of this show, and it is so charming. It is so magnificent. Everything that is happening on the stage is wild. It is literally a bucket list item of mine to go to a Sprangle concert on shrooms and get lost.
I thought you were going to say it's a bucket list item for you to do that. I think that was what was going to become you.
Oh, no, I would totally, because I can't play an instrument, I will totally just paint with just weird parts of my body, because I also can't paint, so, I don't know, side of face to canvas, this is for you.
You can put paint on your body, you can slam yourself on the canvas.
That's not art, that's just sex.
Sex is art.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, yeah, it's real life.
All right, hear me out. We screw on a canvas, covered in paint.
Oh.
Okay, the three of you who just had to sit back in your chair, call me. All right, who's got...
So, going from that, so I like to just let YouTube play music and just see what happens, because the algorithm is a piece of shit.
Yeah.
So you go from something, we'll say mainstream, Linkin Park, something like that. And by the time I get done with the dishes, we have gone to musical genres. Now, we start skewing off. Like, maybe we'll go to Vaporwave, stuff that's fine. It's cool. It's a remix. I kind of like it. And then all of a sudden, you're like, the hell is this annoying sound? It's like, this is the sound of an anthill. It's lowercase.
What?
Yeah, there is a musical genre called lowercase that's literally, it amplifies sounds. It's basically ASMR, but nerdier. And so basically,
never heard of this.
Yeah, it's called lowercase. Basically, it's like there's a sound of a quiet library. It's amusing as hell, either to sleep to or just to be like, the fuck, I never noticed that before. Like, it's a good look, actually. It's funny as it sounds. It's a good look into what it's like to actually be blind, as silly as that sounds, because it's like my hearing is like focused in on that. I don't give a fuck what I see, because I don't. I literally am like enhanced in on the hearing of everything, to taps and everything. So it's very intriguing. Yeah, it's just called lowercase.
Holy shit.
And so it's really cool. But other than that, I think that, like, right after lowercase, it's like, oh, that was relaxed. And that's really kind of cool. The band by the Shags. It's like, hey, the Shags. It's like, my pal Foot. And if you guys don't know it, look up the Shags. They had one album. The father was a bit of a nut job. I won't get into it. Look it up. The Shags. It will make you question if it's the best music out there because it's so unique and original, or if you're just like, well, some people don't have talent.
Xanni, you need to talk. I'm typing in music style lowercase for us to remember this.
Okay, I understand. I'm taking notes.
That sounds amazing.
Anyone else got music they've been getting into as far as did I screw up the...
I've been super into a band called AJR lately.
Nice.
I think I know that.
Probably. They had one big hit, but the problem with their big hits is that you don't realize it's by them because you'll know like 3 lines from it.
Yeah.
But they're 3 brothers that write and record everything from their living room. And they take the least important topics and make them important. For example, they have a song called Netflix Trip, which is about The Office, the show, and basically how he grew up through the seasons And it's just really cool, and
Oh,
I
wow.
vibe with them.
Oh, I've heard that song.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that song. I've heard that song.
I also took my girlfriend to see him on our first date, so.
Oh.
It was just a watch status cry for 3 hours show. It was fantastic.
May I believe you had one more question on
Yes,
that? And this will
there's
be our
one more
final
on there.
question.
Yes.
And, okay, I'm going to try not to turn off your phone.
Oh no, it just likes to fade out. It's
Oh, okay. All right, our final question before we go to the audience. What game that had no DLC released for it would you want to have DLC content for? I myself, this is from Regda, by the way. Thank you so much, Regda, and thank you so much, Status, for your question. Regda said, I myself would have loved more levels for the Sonic Generations game, because that was a great game, and I would love to have more fun from it. Okay, yeah, that's the question. The last one's a note. So, game that did not have DLC, that you would like DLC, and we're going to go a little bit farther. What would the DLC of your dreams be for that game? So we're looking for DLC for a game that did not have it. What would that be? I'll start us off with a very simple one. If any of you have tuned in to the Dragget Show streams, for a while we were doing a segment called Mario Drug, where we would play Mario Kart, and if we could get first and second place, we would then do a bunch of drugs. So I would like DLC for that game. And I don't mean the game itself. I just want more drugs. I just want pile. No, we have been praying for new levels.
Downloadable cocaine.
Downloadable cocaine. Would you download a car?
Yes.
I know, right?
Every day. I like cars. I'll just do it to spite weird old rich white guys.
That commercial, the would you download a car?
Oh, I know, right? It's the best.
Oh no, it's even better now because 3D printing exists. You can download a car.
It's true.
Everyone download a car and write to those shitbags going, yes.
Okay, I'll do that.
Excellent. Wait a minute. You can download but not drive. I like you.
The insurance companies keep asking for car insurance. I'm about ready to ask them how much as soon as I get a 3D print card.
You two are not allowed behind the wheel. That's just a rule of existence. We're going on one of the first dates. They are driving. I know they're partially blind. I did not know they were that bad of a driver. Here's a car parked in the street. Here they go. Here they go. Here they go. Zan, do you see that car? Calmly. Yes. The last minute swerve was so intense that I was thrown like, oh my God, I thought you said you saw the car. They looked at me like I'm an idiot. I did. I went around it.
Well,
You have to avoid the blobs. Look, 2 red dots means that's a car. That's yeah.
What does 1 red dot mean?
You're in trouble.
They have a tail light out? I don't know.
What if you see 3 red lights?
I'm in the hospital. No, I don't know.
That's because you'll just try to avoid the blobs. You can't see.
Don't screw that. 4 red lights. I want to see how far you can go.
I'm Captain Picard.
6.
There are 4.
That was fucking good. That was good, dude. That was cool.
Thank you.
Nice one.
What was the question?
DLC.
Oh, what DLC do I want?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good
That's anyone. Whoever comes up with
I
one, let me
want
know.
Mario Kart. Since we just saw the Super Mario Bros. Movie from 1993, I want that classic Bob Hoskins Angry Mario and Luigi and those characters as DLC for Mario Kart.
They don't throw green shells. It's just bottles of beer. You shitbird. I fucking kill you.
Mario's getting drunk. Oh.
Yeah.
Driving their Mario van.
Mario Man, yes, the man, right?
Yeah, they're driving their fucking Mario van.
By the way, if you didn't join us, we watched Super Mario Brothers for our movie for MCFC, and in the first 15 minutes, there's someone on the phone who calls the Mario Brothers.
Yeah.
That sounds like Alkali.
Exactly like Alkali.
It's creepy.
It's actually pretty creepy.
Yeah, they're all like, hey, are you gonna bring that tequila over here, Mario? It's like,
Yeah, just start pulling up those tournaments? Turnips! One of those turnips is bound to be a tequila. It's a key? Just throw that somewhere. Just go.
we don't care.
Mario Brothers 2 is the superior Mario Brothers game. Don't kill me. I love 2. I love 2.
You like 2?
Oh, by far, yeah. It's the only Mario Brothers game I've ever beaten was 2.
Wow.
Wow.
I really enjoyed that game.
Yeah.
That's one that tells us Toad is actually a character. And same with Princess, actually.
The Toad was the best character. He dug the fastest. He run the fastest. That game was so utterly sexist. It was just like, here's all these superpowers that the male characters get. What does the female characters get? She's lazy, she floats. Like, what the fuck, game? Not cool.
Okay, sex is fine. It's not as bad as when Peach got her own game and they're like, what did she get? Menopause is her superpower.
Yeah, she literally has emotions as her power.
Yeah, that's all they were.
Holy shit.
It was a bummer. But actually an okay game, but really bad,
It's like, this is weird game design, but it's also hateful. Weird.
Yeah, like it's a bummer. It's a bummer is what it is.
Bummer summer.
It is a bummer summer, Judy Moody. Damn. I mean it.
On a peach and a bummer summer. With Judy Moody.
With Judy Moody. I love Judy Moody. Oh, that actually reminds me. Remember the first, was it with Miko that I did the book? Yeah. So I started implementing Bummer Summer into my actual, rapport as like a thing to just say to people. And when you do that, you kind of overuse it a little bit to like compensate. Well, at some point I did that, or at some point I was like, this is like the first time I had met Miko, and we were kind of just hanging out, and Miko comes up and is like destroyed emotionally. I have no idea what the fuck had happened. But they're talking to Xan about, like, whatever the fuck had happened. And I was like, hey, you alright? And then Miko's like, nah, it's just, there was a lot going on with some stuff back home. And then I go, oh, bummer summer, Judy Moody. And I sound like the most sarcastic prick on the planet.
But you were heartfelt.
100%. It was 100% genuine. I just meant it genuinely.
I meant it genuinely.
That's why you'd be a good psychologist. You would accidentally.
Yeah.
Just fucking.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm like a terrible psychologist. I'm like, so what's your problem? Ooh, that's interesting. Let's really dig into that.
You just get popcorn.
Yeah. Ooh, dish, bitch. Every time. It's real.
Dish, bitch?
I am such a catty bitch. It's not even, it's a problem. It is genuinely probably my worst trait. When people start talking shit, I'm like, ooh, I'm so in. Do you not remember last night when you were talking shit? And I'm like, oh, let me hear.
We have a wonderful Puerto Rican hairdresser friend who is very catty and coined one of my favorite phrases. Oh, don't go near him. He's a fun sponge. And I fucking died.
Yes.
I had never heard fun sponge before. And now I use it in my normal vernacular, and I need to stop. Because all my coworkers are fun sponges. And they don't quite get it, so they think it's sex-related. So I'm just rolling with it at this point.
Oh, I gotta pick up Xan a fun sponge. Judy Moody.
Judy Moody!
Judy Moody and the Fun Sponge.
Judy Moody and the Fun Sponge. A great adventure.
Tell Snowflake about Fun Sponge with no context when I get home.
Oh. Dear God.
Oh, man. All right, DLC. Anyone else got one? DLC for a game. You're not a game player either?
No, I play The Sims and Minecraft, and like those are like the two with the most DLC, so you know.
Oh, no, you can't play Sims.
Why?
Sims is just snuff porn the simulator. You can kill everyone in there in such horrific ways. You can just take away the ladder in the pool. They're dumb. They'll just drown.
I think you're revealing.
Yeah, we're learning more about Alkali. We're learning more about The Sims, in all
I was
honesty.
gonna say, what Sims games are you playing?
Oh, you can murder everyone in all the Sims games.
You're right, Alkali. You can do that, but that's you who's doing that.
Are you telling me when you play a video game, an RPG, the first thing you try isn't to murder your own party?
No, Alkali. You need to go somewhere.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thank you, whoever said yes. We all need to be committed. just so you're aware. Everyone dies.
It's a good game to learn how to play as God and just... Yeah, it's like, hey, I'm not angry anymore. Fuck you, boss. It's fine.
I love revealing video game stuff like that. I was playing Portal, and toward the end, there's just fire. And he's like, all right, well, this is it. It's like, it's time for you to die now. And Alkali's like, wow, that was a great game. And dies. He accepted his fate. He didn't, and was confused when the game restarted.
I thought it was the original Portal 1, the final level before you get into the freeform part. You just kind of get lowered into a fire, and it was perfect. It was the perfect end to that video game. Like, yeah, that was amazing. And then the level restarted, like, what did I miss? And I got to the end like, oh my God, there's more, but I didn't die.
Shit, you literally lived the third act of Toy Story 3.
Yeah, hope. You forgot about hope.
You forgot about hope. Oh God.
Anyway.
So, I don't play very many video games, but what I do play, I've learned to kick ass at.
And what's that?
So we were talking about how you're like, oh, it's fine, the game ends, it's like, it ends this way, it's fine. Well, the games that I play are from the 80s, so we're talking like Namco, stuff like that. So, for those of you who don't know, so basically think like Galaga, Pac-Man, Dig Dug, like the shit that like, the stuff that basically ripped off Sherry Lewis was like, this is the song that doesn't it, like the game that doesn't, like it'll go on forever.
Yes.
You just intentionally get bored and you're just like, my hand is cramping, I still need to masturbate tonight, fuck this. So
the normal reason for stopping video games.
Well, those kind of games, my mom was like, I want to go shopping, but I don't want to drag you around. Here, stay here and play Pac-Man. And I get like 5 quarters. So I learned to get good. So now if I want there to be some point at a Furry Con, I want there, when they have the game room, I'm just waiting for somebody to like have like the classic Pac-Man or classic Dig Dug, and I will come in there and I will kill all your asses. And you're just going to be like, you're getting pwned by the blind dude. You suck.
Have you played Pac-Man 99?
Yes.
You do? Oh my God, we play that so often.
Oh, God.
It's so fun. Pac-Man 99 is literal versus Pac-Man.
Yep.
99 people playing. It's on the Nintendo
Yes.
Switch. Is it free?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
if you have a online subscription, I think it's free. Yeah, Pac-Man 99 and Tetris 99. If you like those games, classic gaming. It's an actual like versus game against 99 other players. Highly suggested.
It's a blast.
All right.
We have a couple more minutes.
It is almost 7, so we're going to throw over to the audience now. We obviously could not get into our questions, so obviously the questions to us are just kind of leading topics, and we're going to riff off that. So who has a question for anyone up here or just for the whole group? My dear?
What's the weirdest hobby or habit you formed during quarantine?
I grow weed now.
That's not actually. I was to say for you, that's pretty normal.
You'd think that, but I grow it hydroponically, so I don't use dirt. Dirt don't hurt.
Dirt don't hurt. That's another. I look to myself. Dirt don't hurt.
And actually, the charity story I will be telling in a little while will get into what happened with me growing weed. But genuinely, COVID happened, and I needed a hobby, and I actually find it kind of cool, which then led to going from a hydroponic grow to redoing my entire backyard. We redid all the grass. I'm about to plant a bunch of daffodils, and this is the gayest thing I've ever said. So I don't care. It's genuinely fun, and that all stemmed from weed. Fuck you, parents. I was right.
So for me, I think the weirdest habit that I formed, it doesn't start off weird, but it gets there pretty quick. Because I'm a songwriter, and when you can't see, songwriter, I don't need to see, but when I could see before, I wrote a lot less. When I lost my vision during the pandemic, I wrote a lot more. And this led to anything becoming a topic. Even creating things that apparently some people want to hear tomorrow. Stop asking about it. Don't bring it up tomorrow, or I will kill Dragor and all of you.
Oh.
Just don't do greatest hits for the love of... I need to shut the fuck up. But anyway, I came up with songs because I thought the furry fandom is kind of kinky. Let's write about that. And so you end up with an album of songs, each dedicated to a specific kink. So you have Inflate My Ego, you have Stomp Me Daddy, you have I'll Love You Forever, and I'm going to stop there.
I love you forever, holy shit.
Wow. Is like, so, you want to get experimental? And I'm like, I mean, sure. And she's like, well, you are touchy-feely and you're writing about every subject in the furry fandom, and we're at home alone. So that's been my weird hobby is sexual fantasies with songwriting crossbreed. So.
You two are making music together. Well
Yes.
done. Love it. That's a great hobby.
Good job.
What's your hobby? Fucking to a beat.
Yeah, bitch.
Bitch.
Perfect.
What the fuck?
Oh, like pitch perfect, but bitch? Perfect.
Oh wow.
Oh.
Oh.
The tagline for Pitch Perfect 2 was We're Back Pitches. But that's just me.
How do you know these
I'm
things?
just connecting dots. Also, Pitch Perfect
Oh, I
is a
connect
really
dots.
good thing.
I never saw it.
It's really fucking good. It's in a world where acapella mashups are high stakes. Like the highest
They just
stakes.
determine the worth of things.
Yeah, 100%. People,
It's like-
cool college kids meet up in abandoned pools to riff off. It's a thing. All right, listen. It's not. It doesn't. It's good.
If we can live in that economy, right?
It's really good.
Yeah, it's like Glee meets Hunger Games.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's good. It's like that trucker movie where arm wrestling was high stakes.
Yeah. Like arm wrestling is
Yeah,
like really popular.
It was called
and
Over the
everybody's
Top.
doing it.
Yeah,
Yes.
over the top. So yeah.
It's like, you were in arm wrestling?
So
Like,
yeah,
what?
Pitch Perfect is a lot like Over the Top.
Yes.
You're not really selling me on
Yeah,
this.
they do. They're like, all right, let's do this, bitches. Yeah, you get it.
Yeah.
Who else has one weird hobby that you started over the pandemic? Firr, you got one?
Well, this isn't a hobby, but this is something that I do regularly now.
Okay.
I've begun the hobby of washing my car every single day.
Jesus.
That's right.
What?
Why?
This has been the only thing keeping me alive.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
What?
that is great.
What did you do?
So, at the end of last year, this is how boring my life has become. At the end of 2020, at the edge of my street, a new car wash opened, and they said opening day special, free car washes. So I go in, and there's a little bit of a line, and I get to the front, and she says, "We're doing this thing. You get the basic wash for free, or for $5, you get the $25 premium wash." I think I'm never going to have this luxury in my life again. I don't make bad money. I do not make bad money by any means, but I'm not a rich man. I'm what I call bucket rich, where
Bucket Bridge?
Bucket rich.
if I need to go buy a new car, it's going to take a while for me to figure out and consider all that stuff. If I want to go on a trip, I have to, I'm going to have to really plan. But if I go to the movie theater, I can get a large bucket. It's not going to dent my finances. I am that rich.
Are you bucket rich now? That's,
Yeah.
okay, I get it.
Bucket rich.
Yeah, I can get that.
That'll have no impact. The extra $20, nothing. I'm living that life. That is the dream for me. But I could never justify $25 on a car wash. So I will never have this luxury again. So I say, of course I'll give you $5 for this premium wash. And I go through, and you go in there, and they tell you put your car in neutral. And they have that little board that shows what your car's gonna get. And it's usually I'm used to the light for clear coat protected maybe coming on. Maybe air drying's considered a feature. No, that fucker went lights up. I got the triple foam polish, I got the ceramic clear coat, I got the undercarriage blaster, I got the tire
God
shine.
damn.
Oh man, it's like every category on FA. It's great.
Yeah, I was gonna say, undercarriage blaster sounds familiar.
I went through the car wash and it was great. And I come out and the guy who's like the manager is trying to weight me down like crazy. I'm like, oh shit, did my hubcap fall off? Did I lose something? He's like, no. He's like, congratulations, you were the 100th person. Like, 100th what? You're the 100th person to upgrade. And he, without saying anything, without explaining what he's doing, he reaches into my car, slaps this sticker on my windshield, and he says, now you can come back every single day next year, once a day, for free car washes. Congratulations. So when I said I will never have that luxury again in my life, a monkey's paw curled somewhere. So I have been very, very, as often as I can, going and getting my car washed every single day, because I will milk the value out of that. I'm getting my $5 in value out of this thing.
Yeah.
And if you want to call my bluff, go on my Twitter. There is a thread every single day. I have taken a selfie in the car wash. And right now, while I'm here in Michigan, my friend Robin went through the car wash today. I will not have a clear coat at the end of this.
Holy shit. I am so impressed right now.
You want to know the best part?
What?
So remember how I mentioned that undercarriage blaster?
Yeah.
Yeah, it completely ruined my car.
No!
I had an alternator on the bottom of it, and the alternator stopped working, and I go to the mechanic, and he's like, yeah, there's this, a boatload of water ingress. It's almost like it was getting blasted with water from the bottom side.
Oh.
Wow.
So long story short, I bought a new car.
Well, at least you get to wash it every day.
I do, and I'm not gonna... It's great.
Oh my God.
You could start pulling pranks on it. Because I would go in, I'd set my car, and I'd just start meditating, and come out the other end, and just put on a ball cap and a robe, oh shit!
Whoa,
That's transformed.
He's a monk.
They ascended while in there.
Yeah.
Holy
really
shit.
clean their soul out. Holy shit, that's
I've got
a
a
nice
plan.
option.
I've got a plan for the very last car wash.
Oh, I'm so excited.
So I mentioned I had to get a new car.
Yeah.
I kept my old car. So I'm just going to take that car through the car wash and keep the windows down.
Oh.
Yes.
I love it so much.
Yes.
My favorite arc was when you did the anticipation arc. That was my favorite
yes.
arc. I've really been into it. It's been my favorite thing. That's been my COVID hobby, just watching Firr.
I'm not kidding. I do a lot of Twitter stuff. I get responses every once in a while on Twitter for some of the stuff I do. I have gotten so many notes of just your car washes are keeping me going. I feel like now I have to. I have a moral obligation to. Two, why are you so sad?
I've explained this to you. And those DMs were meant to present in confidence. And now I feel very betrayed.
I can't depend on much in this world, but I can depend on Fur's car wash.
It means a lot.
I just had a weird thought. So, you know how Citrine was talking about earlier on Twitter how you can do the photo descriptions for, when you send out a tweet?
Yes.
Oh my
Just
God.
don't go through Fur's threads. It should be Firr goes through a car wash. Firr goes through a car wash.
Oh my god, that'd be the best.
I think the caption is another day, another car wash.
That's beautiful.
God.
That's awesome.
I'm gonna have withdrawals.
I'm
next year.
sure. And a dirty car.
You're just unclean.
I'm so used to
so
driving into the office and just making that right turn.
Oh my
You're just
God.
gonna hit, you just fucking turn off to the side. I don't know what to do.
All right. Anyone else have a COVID hobby? We're going to go to the last question once we're done.
No.
All right. One more from the audience. Is there anything else you would like to ask a single member or to the whole group right in front here? Go ahead, my friend. Yes.
What made you guys join the furry fandom?
Ooh.
Wow. Wow. There's an old one. Who's got theirs ready?
I mean, I invented it, so.
I still cannot believe you pulled that shit on CNN.
Oh,
That's
man.
amazing.
Should I tell that?
Oh, yes, please.
Oh, my
Please,
God.
yes.
Okay, so who here is aware that I invented the furry fandom?
I follow you on Twitter.
I follow you on Twitter.
You guys have as much credibility as CNN. So this was 2000. This is another Twitter story. I guess that's all I have. 2000. This was 2011, 2012, forever ago. I just was bored on Twitter, and I was tired of tweeting that I'm pooping. So I was I made a whole bunch of nonsensical things. I was I have more Post-it notes than anyone else in the tri-state area. I own an airplane or something. And one of them was I invented the furry fandom. And it's just a bunch of stupid nonsense. This is Twitter. It's, just no one cares. Yeah, you just throw stuff out to the ether and whatever. Fast forward 2 years later, I get an email from a producer at CNN.
Oh god.
Fucking humble brag.
Our research indicates that you were one of the founders of the furry fandom. And I don't know where this came from. You coined the term fursuit.
Ooh, look at you.
And I'm so confused. And it takes me a minute before I sit down, take a deep breath, and type in a reply back. Hello, thank you so much for reaching out. My fandom has gotten such a bad years. I would love to have a fair and balanced and impartial news source such as CNN be able to broach the subject in an accessible way. I really enjoyed your really deep documentary series. I just saw one where you talked about how ice cream boxes are getting smaller in the supermarket. Real good journalism, guys. By the way, we're at war in Afghanistan right now. So this was before like video calls were really a thing. Like I think Skype was kind of the only real thing. So what they did was they set me up for a video interview with like an actual reporter to talk about back and forth. And they're like, we're not sure if any of this is going to air. If we want to actually put this on the air, we're going to fly you up to New York and all this stuff. So just, feel free to talk conversationally and all this stuff. They like prepped me. They like told me to move my camera around so I had a better background and all this stuff. It was, 2012 was a weird time for video calls. It was a novelty.
The 2012 video call era.
Yeah. It was back then.
The bad days.
It was weird because I got in with an actual CNN interviewer, like a news broadcaster, and I remember she was like, okay, I'm not too familiar with the furry fandom, I'm not too familiar with all this. Can you just tell me where it started? And I said, yeah, I remember. It was Anthrocon, 2009. I was sitting on the stairs. I'm watching the Fursiers go to and fro. And I turned over to my friend and I said, you know what? Someone should really start a fandom about this. And he's like, yeah. And the girl has no idea about furry. She's like, okay, so 2009. I thought it was earlier. So can you tell me where the term fursuit came from? And I said, well, my name's Firr. And there was this mix-up. At a dry cleaner once where I got this two-piece suit. And I thought it was great because I'd never worn nice clothes before. So I was like, hey everyone, look, I got a suit. And everyone was mocking me and saying, oh look, it's Fur's suit. And I'm coming up with this off the fly. Like I was so proud of myself. I was on the ball back then. And weirdly enough, like they never wanted to do another interview. And,
Shocking.
How weird.
I want to say 6 months later, I get another email, and it's just the word "why."
They know.
So,
he knew.
Last little addendum to this, I was telling this story at Virtual Anthrocon this year, and I get to the point where I say, and yeah, that's when I got on a video call with CNN and explained how I invented the furry fandom. That's when Uncle Kage walks up. There is video of Uncle Kage just standing there, the camera panning to him, panning to me, and then all of a sudden, just behind me, a pair of hands.
My God.
Wow.
So if any of you are here are a furry, you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Who has an origin story?
Yeah.
Citrine? Citrine's got an origin story. Go ahead.
So, back in 2012, I was fresh out of high school, so I dodged that popularity bullet.
Nice.
It would have been the blind school. No, I would have just stayed quiet, and everybody else would have been like, he ain't here today, he's absent. So it would have been fine. But in any case, though, so my mom, who is, she's never came to Alkali. You met my mother once.
Yes, I did.
And you said, hi, Mom.
Yes, I did.
That's all. I didn't even have to explain. You saw it coming from a mile away, I think. You knew.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so she's like, out of the blue, just, hey, you want to go with me to a concert? And I'm like, oh my God, are we going to the Roaring 40s? Here we go. So, no. She's like, so you want to go see Styx? They're going to be in town. Now, I love Styx. I grew up with, hearing Lady and, when it was remade.
Come Sail Away.
Mm-hmm. Come Sail Away. And
Yeah.
Great song.
people hated that song at the time, though.
Really?
Yeah, at the time, the band hated that because they wanted to be rock, and anyway, acid was a fun thing.
Fair enough.
And so, yeah, you should ask what I see when I take that shit. But
I'm inviting you over later.
We'll talk. So, in any case, though, yeah, sure, I know some of their songs. And so they put on a phenomenal show, and it was about halfway through the show, and they were talking about the fact that, they see a lot of weird things, and they understand that, they travel around and they're in hotels, and they, and they're like, so this past weekend we were at something called Indie FurCon. Now, this was in 2012. IFC was at the Sheridan at the time. This was frat boy share, which I wish, okay, if I ever had the access, I would like to ask them, because that's the same weekend that frat boy went on.
Yes, it was.
So I wish to God, if I knew if like Tommy Shaw was like, yeah, these kids being asses downstairs, like I wonder. But in any case, so they were talking about that, and they're like, and there's these people doing something called Furry, and the furry ones, and they're like, and you know, they went on this whole thing. They're like, you know, we thought, God, this is weird, and then we found out what they were doing, and we started, and they're like, and we actually went around and, you know, bought some costumes and went incognito. No one knew who we were, and we're like, this is cool. We can be normal people. Nobody knows who we are. And so we started talking to these people, and they were like, he's like, you know, these people, they're all right. These are good people. And they're actually cooler than most of the people I've met outside. And they're like, so, just remember, be yourself and embrace all types. And so immediately, then they go into Mr. Roboto, which that song plays into Furry a bit if you think about it, because hiding behind a mask.
Yeah.
And like it gets metaphoric if you, and I thought about it too much because fucking songwriter, I can't help myself. And so I go home and I search for, and at the time there wasn't Furry YouTube. And I actually came across the video again. I would love to meet the person because they are the first video. I keep mentioning their name on occasion when I do get on stage and talk about this because I want to meet them someday. I know they're from the UK, I'm pretty sure. But they have a mixed candy fursuit. Their name is Ari. They are a blue and white fursuiter. And there was a video that was simply called Cute. Ari is cute, and it was of them at Anthrocon. And it snowballed from there, and I just immediately decided I want to do this. My mom said no. I said, well, fuck you, I'm moving out. Within 6 months, I started talking to my fiance of 8 years, Snowflake, and so the way I look at it is, guys, at the end of the day, do what makes you happy, and if it honestly wouldn't have been for Styx, then I probably wouldn't be with my mate. I probably wouldn't be at this convention, and I probably wouldn't be here. Now that I'm philosophical, let's talk about dicks or something, okay?
It sounds more like you're part of the Styx fandom.
Yeah.
All I know is when they started, they're like, I want to talk about sticks. Like, oh, he's going to talk about the blind stick. I think this should be interesting.
Yeah.
I'm an asshole. Why is that on the screen?
Wow. Okay.
Oh.
All right, now. All right. Welcome to our adult 80s rock panel, Sticks and Dicks.
Sticks and dicks.
So, Sticks and dicks. Okay, we'll talk later. I know Braille. I know you have an issue with googly eyes. I've got a cane. Let's make this work.
This is happening. Sticks and
Sticks and
dicks.
Dicks.
All right.
Anyone else want to do their origin story?
Well, I'm like a bunny, so it seemed natural.
Fair enough.
Yeah, fuck you.
Alright.
The only origin story that I have is the only reason that I'm in this fandom is because I went to support my brother at a convention because he had been in the fandom at that point for like 8 years and had never like gone to a convention or anything like that. And I didn't know what it was before I showed up, which is weird to me because looking back, he like tried to force me to watch the movie Zootopia just a little too much.
It's a good movie.
It is a good movie.
That's how I got into it.
But no, I literally went because he needed someone to go with, and we lied to my father to say that he was taking me to a cosplay convention because I was into a lot of weird shit at that time, and he just wasn't. But, you know, it didn't occur to us that he was just going to Google search convention in Pittsburgh, Independence Day weekend, but whatever. And then this dumb fuck pulled me on stage for Whose Line Is It Anyway, and I've been here ever since.
Yay!
Well, can I have a small follow-up question to the panel? What was the convention you lied about when you were going to your first convention?
Anthrocon 2018.
No, like.
What was the lie?
Yeah.
Nero.
Oh, okay.
Every time. Yep.
Every time. Firr?
Oh, there was a girl that I was fancying who's into art, and my parents were so sure I was gay they were thrilled.
That's amazing.
He's just getting pussed. I'm so happy.
I never had to because I was already old enough and I never had to lie about where the convention thing is.
Okay, that's good.
Do you remember your lies? You did yours. What do you have?
So, I wouldn't call them lies. I just made my parents leave me alone.
There you go.
Because I basically told, okay, so two things. One, okay, so I'm going to double punch this down. So the first one is fine. It is what it is. Guys, there's a lot of fandoms just like ours. You don't like it, leave it be. But anyway, so my mom's like, so where are you going in Chicago? And so I didn't want to say MFF. So I sent her without even looking at it, I sent her the first link that came up. Look it up yourself, it's called Capcom. My mom didn't ask after that, so then my dad tried asking. And I told him something called MFF, but he just left it loose and didn't put Chicago or anything. Apparently there's something called, that was like this rough biker gang thing called Midwest Fuckfest.
Nice.
They don't ask where the hell I go anymore. All they know is that I'm putting on fur, I'm walking, not you fur, and I'm walking around and interacting with people, getting drunk, and yay! And they're like, we're over here. Just gonna hang out.
I never told anyone where I went. I just disappeared for weekends.
Oh, jeez.
And then I'd show back up and I'd be like,
Oh, you're not dead.
You're not dead. Cool. Where were you? I was like hanging out with some friends.
Being not dead. Cool.
Yeah, pretty much.
Better than being dead.
All right.
Yeah, pretty much.
I will give you the short version of my origin story, but before that happens, normally we would end the show with a bit of a charity story. That might still happen. We're not going to ask you to turn off your cameras or anything for that, and we're also not going to say it's not going to happen if we get money. It's been a long COVID. If you can give, and if you can't, don't worry about it. This is the furry fandom. We're going to help those bees.
The bees.
If you weren't at opening ceremonies, the charity this year is Hive Detroit. It is a bee charity that puts bees in empty lots to cross-pollinate all the flowers to make Detroit a more beautiful and livable place. Also, bees are kind of becoming endangered, so this is a really cool thing.
Yes.
Throwing a hat. Watch out. Thank you. Woo!
Bee charities.
Thank
fun
you.
to say.
And real quick before you go,
Yes, please.
my origin story is
yes.
pretty simple. I was into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and all sorts of cartoons growing up and shit like that. And like used to draw anthros and all that stuff. And I literally Yahoo searched anthropomorphic art and found I found furry drawings.
Yeah.
And like, what's this fur? Oh, okay.
Whoa.
And I thought it was art for a couple years. And I found these fuckers get together and hang out.
Oh.
And then it was all over.
Yeah. So falls apart there.
So I played a LARP called Nero, a New England role-playing organization. It was exactly what you think it is, light contact, real-life D&D. It was a lot of fun. And I was at a wedding one weekend talking about this with two of my friends who were also there, and a gentleman that we did not know, he was part of the bride's family for the wedding, overheard us and got very interested. And we included them in the group. We took them to Nero, and on their second event, they showed up with a leather open vest, full fox makeup, full fox painted chest, arms, the whole 9 yards. It was unbelievable. He was playing, he painted his arms. He
But
painted
they
his
had
hands.
arms.
They had arms.
They had arms.
painted on.
Whole 9 yards.
Whole 9 yards. Like
2 legs?
8 yards and 7 inches. It's just, don't ask how I knew that one. Well, they are so interested in playing this, what we call a scavenger species, a furry species, and they have so many little things having to do with the species that we start talking about it, and they revealed to me, well, I'm part of this thing where we go and we just be animals all week. And I'm like, that sounds awesome! Can I go? He's like, well, are you gay? I'm like, have you met me? So I went to my first fur meet. That was the one I told you about. My buddy dropped me off there, very confused as to why everyone was wearing tails, because I just told him I was going to a convention, and then he had questions for me, but I was already out of the car, so fuck that. And I truly enjoyed it. Everything about it was wonderful. I met a ton of people. I had a great time, and I realized that this was a community of wonderful, open people. And I became a part of the fandom in a way. I was there. I existed. And then I met this sociopath. Because I did eventually move out of my house, and I had a very strict rule when I did, and that would be I would never live with anyone again. Fuck you, yeah.
You shit the bed there.
Yeah, I really shit the bed there. I literally was of the mindset that I was fine. I had a job, I had hobbies, I had Nero, I had Furry, and that was enough. And I really didn't think I was going to be sharing my life with another person. And then I met this person who not only got my sense of humor, but one-upped me on such an insane level, such a ridiculous level with the nonsense that falls from your mouth like beautiful vomit, that I just couldn't help it. And after a while, the two of us started going to conventions together and got to know each other significantly more. And all of a sudden, we find ourselves at open mic. Xan doing open mic on his own the first time, and I'm filming, literally just standing off to the side with a camera until Uncle Kage, the moment they're done, and getting a standing ovation for, the dragon has told jokes. In fact, what was the first joke? Rar, 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 rar. Rar, 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 for about 2 minutes, and then finished with, and that's what my parents think I'm doing this weekend. Love you so much. Kage dragged me up onto stage, and I have been doing this stuff ever since, and I don't think I would change anything for the world. The furry fandom truly makes me feel whole. You guys really make me feel like I've become a better person. And I will be here forever, which is going to get super awkward because I'm kind of planning to live till 90, and it's going to be weird seeing my fat ass hobble around this place. Because in the future, oh my God, crutches and wheelchairs are going to be amazing. It will be guns. Just Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Dragget Show. We're going to start over here. I want a huge round of applause for Firr, the creator of the furry fandom. Theme song Status the Ferret! Our third head to the three-headed monster and our good friend. Give it up for Chris the Comedy Bunny! Your guest of honor, the amazingly talented Citrine, who will have a concert tomorrow at 6 p.m. 6 p.m. tomorrow in this room. Give it up for Citrine. And of course, the creator of the Dragget Show, the beautiful, the lovely Xanni the Blue. Xanni, come here. Love you.
Everybody give it up for Alkali!
We are the Dragget Show. Enjoy the convention and have a wonderful